Hey guys, drdecks here. Just wanted to give you an update on where we are from the other day. Since last time we had finished our flared off bench that curves off into the back of these posts. We got all of our fascia boards done. The bench is complete except for lighting. All the post skirts and sleeves are in. And we've since also started on our Hideaway Screens. So we have 3 of those completed. We're gonna get the other 5 in, looking really, really nice, and I'm really happy with those. Check them out, hideawayscreens.com. So today, hopefully for the rest of the day, we're going to finish getting our screens in.
Here comes a plane. Everyone's favorite.
All right, so for the rest of today, I just would like to try to get the rest of these screens installed, get those buttoned up, and maybe finish this little landing for our staircase. I'm also cutting out stair jacks and getting the staircase ready to be constructed, probably put in on Monday. Okay, so I'm cutting down our Hideaway screens. The privacy screens that we're putting up in these panels, and these ones are curved, so they match the curve of our deck. But when I ordered them, I had to order them a little big because I wanted to be safe and make sure that they all fit into their respective spots. So whenever cutting aluminum, I use a high tooth blade. I'm using my track saw today, and always wear safety glasses and hearing protection because it's a little loud. So here we go. That's frustrating.
We just need a little bit longer screws.
Right.
What about finding something that'll work for now and just temping it up until we get different options?
Yeah, it's just taking the time to go find the right size screw to fit the panel. It's such a pain, man.
Well, we
it's not
just
like
take
I have...
the nut and then bring the screw in the nut and tell them we need one just a little longer, right?
Right. So I might send you to do that.
Hey, what about loosening Phil's black screws on the other side so that that bracket can come back my way a little bit?
Yeah, try it.
Okay.
Try it just to see if it'll happen.
Just loosen this screw a little bit, Phil.
Or pull it out for a second.
That did something there.
Okay, why would it not? That's what I don't get is like, why would it work over here but not over here if you don't have any flex? The fasteners that we have for our screens aren't long enough to work on the curve because just the slight amount of bend that is created from the curve with our straight, because our brackets are straight, it makes our little bolts not long enough. So now we got to go get new bolts to hopefully fit, but usually they don't come black, so then we have to paint everything to try and make it work. So it's just a little frustrating, a little delay on the screens. So far they look great. We just need the right length bolts, so that's what it is. We're doing 7 jacks, we're doing 7 rises, and we're using, I think we're gonna, I'm supposed to use 6 stair jacks, but one of them's pretty cracked, but I might have to try and use it. So I'm getting ready to mark out and cut my stair jacks. And the first thing we have to do is we like to grade everything from thickest board to thinnest board. So you can see there's a lot of variance in the thickness of our lumber that we use. So we're gonna take the thickest board right here, put it first, and then go consecutively thinner until we have a deck that has, or I call it a stack, a deck, whatever you want to call it, that everything's thick to thin. This one here. And let's just turn them over this way. Yeah. Here, let's do this middle one first. Then this one. And then this one. So right now I'm setting up my stair jack. I know my rise and my run. My rise is going to be 7.5 inches, and the run is 2 deck boards plus gap, and then I add a 1/4 inch for adjustability. So that's 11.5. So we have 7.5 inch rise and 11.5 inch run, and I'm setting that up with these little devices that are like stair jack layout tools, and they clamp right onto your square like so, and that allows you to cut out your stair jacks. And then once I have that figured out, you got to keep those tight on the top of your 2x12. It helps if you have a nice tight edge to roll on. If you have one board that's all waned out, even if it's graded, I might flip it down one stack if I have to get a nice crisp edge, so I can lay these out better. So now that I know that, I can start drawing this out. I also know I need 7 rises to get to my landing. So there's your first one. Now the way I do this is here's 7.5. So I draw a line all the way across to the back side of my stair. I lay the pencil line to this line right here, which translates over to 7.5 inches. That way I know I'm completely on point with the rise. If your stairs vary more than 3/8 of an inch in your rise, an inspector will not pass them. You will fail inspection. All right, so that's how I figure out where to put my next. And then if you pull out a tape measure and measure that from line to line, it should be 11.5. It's 11.5 plus, so that's pretty close. So here's our 7th rise. So you got to remember on your last rise of your staircase, you got to subtract the thickness of your deck board. Whatever your decking media is, you got to subtract that off the bottom of your stair. So we're using TimberTech AZEK building products. That's 1 inch thick. So we're going to mark our bottom jack at 6.5 instead of 7.5. Or else you're going to have an 8.5 inch rise on your bottom step, and again, you won't pass inspection. So another thing we're going to do to these stairs is we're going to add a 2x8 to the face of every single jack. And what that does, it makes the staircase incredibly strong. We started doing that a couple years ago, and we really liked the way it turned out. So now we kind of make it standard. So every staircase, we add a 2x8 kicker into the jack. So it's like we're building this kind of bionic set of stairs. So things don't bounce around, they stay pretty rigid that way. It's a little extra time, material, and weight, but as long as you factor for the weight, you're good to go. So another thing you have to do when you're thinking about your stairs is how you're hanging them. I hang my stairs with a solid 2x8 plate on the back. So I'm going to subtract 1.5 inches from my first stair jack to make up for that 1.5 inch thickness of the 2x8. And this happens to be 1.5 inches thick. So I've lined this side up to my line. I've got this thing all drawn in. So I'll just draw this line here. I'll kind of copy as far as I can go down like that. And then I'll just take my square and line it up and go like this. There you go. This is my Martinez M4 hammer. It has a smooth head because I don't allow waffle heads on the job site. It is replaceable, and it's all titanium, so it's super light. So you can get a really great impact of like a 22-ounce hammer in a 15-ounce or a 14-ounce configuration. It's easier on the wrists and the forearms and that kind of thing. Swings really nice. It has like a small little nail puller, which comes in handy, and another one on the side, which comes in handy as well. So love those features about the hammer. They do make a couple different ends. Like there's one that's more like a pry bar versus just a traditional nail puller. And the handle and the top are replaceable. So you'll probably never have to buy another hammer. Unless you want another Martinez hammer.
So you're cutting all of these at once?
We're gonna cut all these at once.
Is that what everyone does?
Nope. Only the few. And the brave. And the ones that have a Prezi beam cutter hooked up to a cordless worm drive saw. That tool allows me to cut all these at once. Gang cut all these at once. It takes a little bit longer, but it's faster in general.
working on the border for the landing. So I'm putting these borders, trying to get the right cuts. So that's what's going on right now. A lot of work for a little landing.
All right, so consequences sometimes when you're building, things break. And so I had a couple stair jacks break off on this stair jack set I'm making. So what I normally do is I use some Gorilla Wood glue and I apply a healthy bead to both pieces. All right, and then I kind of mush that in there, back together. And then I always take a pre-drill, right? A tapered pre-drill bit. And make sure you're getting through a good healthy amount of the beef, and try to put a screw where you don't think you're going to be adding screws later with your deck boards or your fascia boards or whatever. Okay, and then I'll drill one more over here. And then I'll end up moving this jack in one so that the wounded jack isn't on the outside of the staircase. There's gonna be a lot of 2x8 installed in this, so it shouldn't be having any problems. It'll be a nice and sturdy set when we're done. Man, don't show that.
Oh my.
When you're dirty and you need cleaned off, blower.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Okay. I think the panel could come up just a tidge.
Okay, hold on.
There we, yeah, right there. Okay, the panel, you're gonna have to put a shim under it or something.
Okay.
There you go.
Right there.
Looks good.
Okay.
Okay.
I had a brain fart. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Everybody it happens to everybody.
I was in a groove here and then I lost it.
My brain must be eating burritos because I'm constantly brain farting at all times.
I love that. That's great.
All right, so we're getting our Hideaway Screens mounted and we're pre-drilling all the holes so we can get our bolts through. And that's what the stage we're in right now. We've got one mounting bracket already connected to each side of the post. Now we're connecting the back bracket and putting the screens in place. Man, I hope these aren't too long.
Me too.
They look pretty long. Are you sure they're only a quarter longer?
I'm positive because they were 1/2 inch and you showed me they were 3/4.
Okay. Where's the wrench?
To your right on the bench.
Ah.
Does it look like they're going to be too long?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, they're pretty... You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice and solid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you might hit the bench or even this screw, which would
chip it.
Yeah. Okay, and then can you go
I can twist it.
yeah, you're gonna have to go back a little bit further. Well, okay, come in now. Just start threading it. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna put a wrench on it for a sec while you
Tighten it.
Okay, once you're in position, let me know. Okay, are you straight?
Yep.
I'm gonna tighten. Ready? Okay. Can you do that without hitting this? Because if you hit this, and that goes same for you. If you go in too hard,
Yeah.
it's gonna F it up.
This side, please.
If we paint it, I think it'll be fine.
I think so.
Right? I think it takes all three of us though just to get this going. Don't hit this.
I'm not going to. Screw though, the other screw.
Well, we can touch that up. I'd rather touch that up. Nice. Hey guys, I've just finished cutting all my stair jacks and I've sanded them out nice and flat, and now I'm applying a coat of Q-Tech Extreme to the surface. It's one of the best wood preservatives I've ever used, as well as a deck sealant stain. It's good for hardwoods, Ipe, and that kind of thing. But I mostly use it for end cut solution for all of my stairs. Every end cut we make on a deck, actually, we use this product on. Another thing I like are these pair of Dura brushes. Sorry.
Right in the shadow.
They hold a lot of fluid, which I'm usually dunking a paintbrush so many times into my solution to get this done, and this stuff just works amazing. Love these brushes. So that's something I always do. We always seal every end cut, any exposed cuts, to protect the wood as much as we can. And then after that, we're gonna G-tape these jacks to give them even more protection from the weather for the future. That's why I like this particular brand so much, because it penetrates deeper into the wood. It gives it better protection for all these raw cuts for your stairs.
Hey Calvin, what's going on? Haha, I'm broken. Not for long.
Me too. What the hell was that?
It's a cap nut, man. Come on. Acorn, also known as an acorn nut.
Subscribers. Do you realize you get more subscribers when you say click? And every time I'm watching something that I click and
We say it after every video.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I never click. I mean, if I like the video, you know, I'll like.
Some people don't know, don't remember. It's not everybody knows, but you forget to do it. Because I always forget. I forget to like click subscribe on somebody's stuff.
Well, why wouldn't you want to subscribe to it if you want to?
Well, you should, but not everybody knows that. All right, well, that's all we have for you today. If you like what you saw, please click subscribe, and also toggle that little bell icon. That gives you notifications to let you know that we're putting out new content. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. No, thanks again. Have a good day.